The most dangerous advice out there right now, everyone is telling you to quit your job and trust God. And nobody is talking about the women who did exactly that and they went broke. You only see the highlight reels. You don't see the empty savings account, the panic at 2 a.m. You don't see the woman who believed every word of that advice and now she's back at a job she hates, more confused than ever. What I'm about to show you is what the internet does not want you to know. Hi, I'm Dr. Rach, and I've walked with God for over 30 years. I mentor Christian women with a lot of ideas to discover their calling and start what God is calling them to do. So when I say I've watched women ruin their finances in the name of faith, I'm not guessing. I've seen it up close. In this video, I'm going to tell you the truth that most Christian creators are afraid to say about work, about calling, and about what God actually expects from you right now. And if you stay to the end, you're going to leave with a clear picture of exactly what to do without blowing up your life to do it. The first thing we need to understand is that God created work and He did it on purpose. So let me fix this idea right now. There's a lie circulating in Christian spaces and it sounds so spiritual that most people never question it. The lie is this: your job is a trap. Your calling is somewhere out there, and the faster you escape, the better. But let's go back to the very beginning. Genesis 2:15. God put Adam in the garden to work it before sin, before struggle, before anything went wrong. Work was not a curse. Work was part of God's original design for human beings. So this idea that working a job is beneath you, that having a boss means you're out of God's will, that clocking in every morning is somehow blocking your destiny, that is not from God. That's pride. Some of you have been watching too many videos. The videos tell you, oh, quit your job, fire your boss, escape the 9 to 5, be your own boss, blah, 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 blah. And now you feel like your job is a curse. You now hate your job because of all these videos. Like your job is a trap, as if your job is standing between you and everything God promised you. But can I tell you what your job is actually doing? Your job is revealing your character. How you show up when no one is watching, how you handle authority that you didn't choose, how you treat people who cannot advance your career. That is your character being built in real time. And character is what your calling will be built on. I've watched women walk away from stable jobs because they felt the pull of something bigger. And yeah, the pull was real. The calling was real. But they left before they were built. They left before they had the discipline, before they had the consistency, before they had the character that the calling was going to require. They left. And when they got there, to the thing that they left everything for, they didn't have what it took to hold on to it. The calling was not the problem. The problem was that the foundation was not ready. So here's a simple action step for you. This week, show up at your job like it's training ground, because it is. Not with resentment, but show up with intention. And here's the part that nobody wants to say out loud. And this might be the most convicting thing in this video. If you can't work for somebody else, you cannot lead anyone anywhere. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. Let me say something to you that might make you uncomfortable. If you've never successfully worked for anyone else, you have no business running a business. I know that sounds harsh, but stay with me, because work, real work, under real authority teaches you things that you cannot learn from a YouTube video. Work teaches you discipline. It teaches you how to show up on days when you don't feel like it. Not because you're inspired, but you show up because that is required of you. It teaches you structure. Work teaches you how to organize your time when somebody else is depending on you. It teaches you how to deal with difficult people. And let me tell you, your clients, if you want to go start a business, these clients will be difficult people sometimes, if not all the time. Your customers will have unreasonable expectations sometimes. And your team members, your staff, they will disappoint you sometimes. If you've never learned how to handle that under someone else's roof, you will not be able to handle it when it's your business on the line. Trust me. Entrepreneurship doesn't give you a pass on the things you avoided as an employee. It actually amplifies them. I've seen women leave jobs where they struggled to meet deadlines, They struggle to do simple jobs, and then they go out and launch businesses where they miss every launch date that they set for themselves. They missed all their targets. They just missed everything because they did not take the training. I've seen women leave jobs where they couldn't get along with their manager, and they struggle to retain a single client because conflict resolution was never developed. The pattern doesn't disappear when you become your own boss, guys. It follows you because the pattern was never about the job. It's not about a job. It is always about you. So here's what you need to do. Write down one thing that you struggle with at your current job. If you're working a job right now, ask yourself honestly, would this problem exist in my own business? And if the answer is yes, that's your next area of growth. Start there. Now, what if I told you that your job is not just teaching you? What if it's actually protecting you? Stay with me because this changes how you see everything. Your job is training you. It is not trapping you. You want purpose. You want impact. You want to wake up excited about what you do. Yes. And every morning you drive to that job, you feel like you're moving further away from everything God promised you. But what if you're not? What if the place that feels like a detour is actually part of the route? Luke 16:10 says, whoever is faithful with very little will also be faithful with much. So God is watching how you handle the little deadlines that you don't feel like meeting, the instructions that you disagree with, but you follow them anyway, the responsibility you show up for even when nobody claps for you. That is your training. You want God to trust you with your own business. But are you being trustworthy with someone else's business? Because some of you are ignoring deadlines at work. You're struggling to be consistent. You're always late. You're having a hard time submitting to authority at work. And you think that's going to change the moment you become your own boss, huh? The only thing that changes is now there's nobody left to blame. That's it. When you become an entrepreneur, now there's nobody to blame. God is not looking for perfection, but he's looking for your faithfulness. Are you faithful with your job? And faithfulness is built in the small, unglamorous, everyday moments that you've been calling a waste of your time, that you've been calling it JOB, just over broke. Anyways, your job is not wasting your time. Your job is building your character, and character is what your calling is going to stand on. And I've watched women treat their job like it is a holding cell, counting down the days until they could escape, counting down the hours. Oh, what time is it? Showing up late, cutting corners, doing just enough not to get fired. And then they start their own glamorous business. They bring every one of those habits, those bad habits, with them into that business. Coming late, cutting corners, doing just enough. Except now it's their clients who are watching. Now it's their own reputation on the line. Now it's their calling that suffers. What you practice in private, you perform in public. So here's what you can do. Pick one area at your job where you've been coasting, you've been slacking. This week, bring your best to that one area. Not for your boss, not for anybody else, but for God and for the vision of you that's coming. Now, some of you are already thinking, hey, Dr. Rach, I hear you, but I already quit. I stepped out in faith and it hasn't gone the way I believed it would. Okay, I have something specific to say to you. And it's not what you're expecting, so stay with me. I want to be careful here because I know some of you are in real pain right now. You stepped out, you trusted God, you quit the job, and it has not gone the way you believed it would. So you're quietly wondering, did I miss God? Did I hear him wrong? Is this my fault? I want to sit with you in that for just a moment. Before I say anything further, before I say anything else, your faith was real, yes. Your heart was right, and God is not done with you. But I also have to be honest with you. Sometimes what we call faith is actually impatience. Quitting your job with no consistent income built, no track record of delivering results, no discipline in the hours before and after work. That's not faith. That is skipping the process and expecting a promise to come. So now you're stressed, you're broke, and you're confused. And somewhere in the back of your mind, you're blaming God for a decision that you made. But here's what I need you to hear. Your job was never stopping your calling. Your job was never hindering you from stepping out into your calling. Your lack of movement was. The calling didn't need to quit first. It needed you to build something first. And it's not too late to start building that thing now. Even if you've already quit your job, even if you're in the middle of the mess, you can start building from exactly where you are. If you're currently without a job, treat your business like the job. You need to clock in and clock out. If you're still employed, you need to protect 3 to 5 hours a week, non-negotiable. That's your time for building your business. Either way, start today. Not Monday, not next month, today. Real quick, if this is landing for you, give this video a like right now. It helps more people find this message. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button. You build while you work. That's how real momentum starts. So here's what this actually looks like. You don't quit first, you build first. You use the evenings, you use the weekends, use the lunch break, the commute, the 45 minutes before the kids wake up. The truth is, you have more time than you think. You just need to use it differently. Let me make this very practical for you. My former mentor, Dan Miller, taught that you can build a real business in just 15 hours a week, not quitting your job, not waiting for more time. Just 15 hours a week. And here's exactly how to use those hours. You spend 3 hours learning, so that includes reading, studying, and growing your knowledge. Spend 5 hours creating or building your product, whatever it is, your offer, your content. Then you take 4 hours helping people. That is 4 hours working with real people, even if it's small or free at first. Okay, then 3 hours marketing, letting people know that you exist. So that includes posting, sharing, talking about what you do. That's 15 hours. Simple, clear, done. Now hear me. This is where most people get it wrong. Some people stay in learning mode forever. They read, they watch, they study, watch videos over and over, but they never really kick off their business. Other people only work with clients and their income goes up sometimes, then down. Up, down. But when you do all 4 of these things, that's how you build something real. And if you stay consistent with just 15 hours a week, you can make serious progress in the next 3 to 6 months. Not someday, not when you quit your job. Right now. Not perfectly, of course, but consistently. That is how real momentum starts. You don't need any dramatic announcements. You don't need a resignation letter. With just a few hours a week of quiet, focused, consistent work. And if you're done blaming your job and you're ready to start building anyway, type "I'm building" in the comments right now. I want to see it. I built income from a small Caribbean island without quitting anything, without a big platform, without following the advice that everyone online keeps giving. I did it by being faithful in little, by showing up consistently in the small hours, by trusting that God would direct my paths as I moved. And He did. He'll direct yours too. But you have to be moving. So here's your practical action point for this week. 3 things only. Number 1, stop complaining about your job. Complaining drains the energy that you need to build. Block 3 to 5 hours this week. Put it in your calendar right now. Protect it like an appointment with God. Start one thing, not a list, not a plan, just one thing this week. That's it. That's where momentum begins. So you came into this video being told that your job is the enemy of your calling. I hope you're leaving knowing the truth. Your job is not your enemy. Your job is your training ground. You're not a person trapped by a job. You're a person being prepared for something bigger. And you're building it right now, right where you are. And I have something that will help you take that first step. I send out weekly clarity emails. Every week they are practical, they are rooted in faith, and it is guidance for every Christian woman who's building something or wants to start something. Just a clear next step for every week. The link is in the description. Click it and get on the list. And if you want to know exactly how to find your one thing, watch this video next.